in Cape Town has its home right here at Killarney. In fact, it's the only Porsche club in the world to have a clubhouse at an international racetrack. We are proud sponsors of Killarney and the Porsche Club Straight. Our passionate club members and their families regularly attend our race meetings. If you own a Porsche, come and visit us at the Porsche Club and we will let you know what fantastic events we have on offer. The Porsche Club, the best car club in Cape Town.
Well, we go now to the South Motorcycles Clubman's and Breakfast Run class. And there is a classic in there as well. I see William Morris on the 1100 BMW. But Paul Rulu will be the man on the Kawasaki ZX-10 RR that will be on pole position. Shandon Thompson alongside him. And JP Shermers in third position on the Honda Fireblade. Willem Lowe on the ZX-6R. In the Clubman's class as well, Derek Hendricks and Mario Ferreira. We're ready to go, ready to race. John Green gets out of the way, the bravest man here. Oh, and a bad start there from Paul Rulu. Shandon Thompson will get off the line, but it looks like Rulu will get it back as they go now towards turn 1 here. They'll all surely, hopefully get through turn 1. And it's a good 16 of them out there as far as I know. So they're now onto the Joubert Straight for the very first time.
Well, Paul Rulu putting out the leg there in turn number 1, gets on the back wheel up the Joubert Straight into Quarry Corner. Shannon Thompson sits up there behind him. And right header is gone there on the bike there of, I think that's Ferreira.
No, is it Mario Ferreira?
Mario Ferreira, right bank has gone there. A little bit of a squirt of smoke coming out of the right-hand bank. And I think that's basically his race. He can't be too happy about that one. As the riders now make their way up towards the saddle sweep into that double right-hander dual apex turn as they work their way down the back straight on the Kawasaki. It's Paul Rulu. Paul Rulu gives it a good wind up now as he makes his way down to Bertamina Fostron corner. I think Shannon Thompson sits there in second place as they make their way down into Bertamina Fostron corner. Well, Paul Rulu, a man that I haven't seen much of late. It's good to have him back out there. And he's leading out the Clubman's class, makes his way up towards us. He's giving that ZX-10RR a good wind-up as he comes up over the line, the number 15 machine. And crossing the line there is Shannon Thompson. Hendricks is through there. That's Derek Hendricks. He's on the Yamaha R6. Willem Lowe. Laverne Sabotka's there. Dylan Anderson, Piers Canuti, Leighton Thomas, J.B. Shermers, Conrad Meyer, Raymond Monk, Willem Morris, Chad Thompson, Matthew Reynard, and Alexander Flay, and Mario Ferreira. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that makes William Morris the only classic bike left, the one of the two BMW 1100s, the Boxster Cup, and Mario Ferreira out of the race. So 15 of them left, being rounded off by Flay. Anderson currently leads the breakfast run class ahead of Canuti at the moment. Then it's Thomas and Shermers, and then Meyer and Monk. Meyer is third in the class as far as that is concerned. That's Conrad Meyer on the Gixxer, and then Rulu will still lead the way in the Clubman's class here with 8 laps to go, including the one they are currently on.
Well, Paul Rulu giving it a good hammering out there. He's got about a 2.5 second lead over Shannon Thompson. Derek Hendricks sits there in P3, and he's right behind Thompson. He's giving him something to think about, a bit of food for thought, as the leader makes his way up towards the line. Coming up towards the line as Paul Rulu crosses the line. He's giving that ZX-10 a good run for its money. Shannon Thompson not too far behind. Derek Hendricks is there as well. Then Willem Lowe doing very well there in 4th place. Sabotka 5, Canuti 6. Shermers 3 in 7th. Then Meyer, then Anderson, Thomas, Thompson, Monk, Morris, Reynard, and Flay.
Yeah, Reynard yet to come across the line here. I think he has now, actually, after William Morris. But Paul Rulu puts in a 1:23.181 as his fastest lap, almost 4 seconds over Shandon Thompson at the moment. Thompson 1.6 ahead of Derek Hendricks. At this time, Willem Lowe rounding off that top 4 ahead of Laverne Sabotka. Laverne Sabotka, I should rather say, 6/10 off of Willem Lowe. A fastest first sector time there for Piers Canuti, who currently leads the breakfast run class ahead of Shermers. And that means there's a bit of a shake-up over there as far as things are concerned, as Conrad Meyer will find himself in 3rd position on the GSXR 1000.
Well, there's a lovely scrap there between Hendricks, Lowe, Sabotka and Canuti as well. They make their way down towards Pertamina Fostron corner at the moment. Rulu leading out over Thompson. Those are the front 2. Here comes Rulu up towards the line under the City of Cape Town Bridge down the Paul Straight. Then a little bit further back is Thompson. But then have a look here. It's going to be Derek Hendricks over the line. It's followed there by Sabotka. No, Sabotka in 3rd, sorry. Then Hendricks, then Lowe, then Canuti, then Meyer. They all cross the line. So there's a lovely scrap there for 3rd place, I can tell you that much. Rulu still leads out on the ZX10. He goes into Quarry Corner. He's followed there by Shannon Thompson. And in 3rd place now, Laverne Sabotka. He's up to P3. There's a bit of a good dice there between Derek Hendricks and Willem Lowe. Lowe looking at the back of Hendricks as they work their way through the King down towards Interceptor Corner.
Well, one of the closest battles on the circuit at the moment, Sabotka and Hendricks, only 6/10 of a second in it. Lowe, a further 1/10 behind when they cross the line. So Willem Lowe hanging in there in that 5th position. Then we start with the Canuti and Meyer battle, 1.7 seconds between the two of them. And then Shermers coming up there as well. He'll be 6th in class, albeit 8th position at the moment ahead of the breakfast run guys, Anderson and Thompson. Monk in there as well. Morris, the only BMW left in this race, the only classic bike left in this race, and the Boxer Cup.
Well, the leaders now work their way out of turn number 5 up over the line. It's Paul Rulu leads out. We wait for Shannon Thompson. Thompson's been reeled in there by Laverne Sabotka. Sabotka's closing in on Shannon Thompson. Then up behind him, it's Derek. It's going to be Paul Canuti who goes up to 4 now. He leads the Breakfast Club ahead of Willem Lowe. Then it's Meyer, then Hendricks, then Shermers, Anderson, and Thompson. And Thompson now just gets ahead of Anderson. So there's lovely scraps aplenty here as we see all the bikers make their way now up into Quarry Corner. That is where all the fun's at the moment. They work their way around line astern, and the racing being very close now as they make their way through the King down towards Interceptor Corner. And having a look up on the inside and getting through, I think it could be Canuti. Is that Canuti that's got through on Sabotka? It looks like it could be as they work their way now out of Interceptor up the Malmesbury sweep, up towards the Sorrel sweep, the double right-hander, and make their way down the back straight.
Well, it's 5 laps left to go, and then once Paul Rulu crosses that line, then they'll have the just over the halfway point ahead of Shandon Thompson by 8.2 seconds. Matthew Reynard abandons the race, unfortunately, after 3 laps and becomes our 2nd retirement after Mario Ferreira. Alexander Flay in 14th position, rounds everything off, and 4.9, almost 5 seconds away from William Morris up the road. As it happens, Paul Rulu crosses the line now, a 1:22.463. Shandon Thompson, actually Laverne Sabotka comes up. Conrad Meyer puts in a 1:22.369 in 3rd position, and Piers Canuti in that 4th position, doing extremely well on that bike of his, that Yamaha of his. He's now 2nd in class because Conrad Meyer finds himself up in 3rd position.
Lovely riding here from all the riders now. Still Paul Rulu leading out. The Werner Sabotka up into 2nd place. Great ride from him there. The riders coming out of Quarry Corner. Lovely, lovely scraps there between some of the riders. Meyer, Canuti, Lowe, Thompson. Then Derek Hendricks gone right down to 7th, was lying 2nd at one stage. Shermer's down in 8th. Thompson, who was 2nd on there, was down in 9th now, followed by Anderson and Monk. Then Thomas, Morris, Flay, and Reynard. Reynard out there at the moment, so Flay brings up the rear. And I tell you what, the front end scrap between 2nd and let's say 5th is really, really heating up as they make their way down towards Pertamina Fostron corner.
Well, these 4 laps left to go now, Francois, well and truly into this race. Paul Rulu, the man who started on pole position. He didn't start very well, but he came back at it, and then he comes across the line now to have 3 laps left to go. 1:23.996, his last lap. We wait for Sabotka to come through, just ahead of Conrad Meyer, and him having a royal battle there for the overall result in the Breakfast Club class, the Breakfast Run class, and that's 3rd and 4th overall, ahead of Willem Lowe, Shandon Thompson. Dropping down the order here, ahead of Derek Hendricks, JP Shermers, not up at the sharp end anymore. Chad Thompson, Dylan Anderson, Raymond Monk, then Leighton Thomas comes through then, and we still wait for the likes of Morris and Flay to come through.
Well, crossing the line now is Morris and Flay. They cross the line, but your leader already going up the Tygerberg Straight up towards turn number 4. That's the Sorrel sweep. The great Sorrel van der Merwe having the turn number 4 named after him. But that dice for 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is really heating up. And Rulu makes his way down into turn number 5. Pertamina Fostron. He's got a healthy lead there over Laverne Sabotka. Piers Canuti is then 3rd, ahead there of Conrad Meyer. Willem Lowe down in 5, ahead of Shannon Thompson and Derek Hendricks alike. And you see the riders now on screen now going through turn number 5. Lovely shots there. Different lines been taken by different riders. Well, where you feel comfortable is where you pitch it in. And make sure you can get through as quick as you can now as they cross the line, making their way down towards Holzhoek.
Yep, there goes Willem Lowe across the line now, ahead of Chandon Thompson. Actually, 9/10 of a second between the two of them. JP Shermers ahead of Derek Hendricks. And then Chad Thompson just ahead of Dylan Anderson. 1.1 seconds between the two of them. Those are breakfast run class runners. And 3rd in class is Chad Thompson, although between himself and second place man Conrad Meyer in 4th position, they do have a whole gaggle of Clubman's class runners. William Morris, the only BMW left in this race. He will come across the line, the 1100. He's actually going to lose out to Alexander Flay. And I'm just looking now, I think Mario Ferreira might have just re-entered this race, maybe for a little bit of testing time.
Well, I don't know, he had a bit of a blow on that right-hand header. I don't know if it's an exhaust that came loose or something. He might have gone into the pits and retightened it, decided to come back out and finish the ride. A little bit starved of riding today. They've only got one race, so I suppose you'd want to possibly finish that one. But Paul Rulu is doing a sterling job. He's on his penultimate lap. He crosses the line now, works his way down towards the holes. Have a look at Laverne Sabotka and Piers Canuti having a great scuffle. Not too far behind them is Conrad Meyer. They work their way over the line down towards turn number 1, Holzhoek, and start with their final lap.
Yeah, one more left to go. Shannon Thompson crosses the line. Yeah, Rulu, 7.9 seconds between himself and Laverne Sabotka. Piers Canuti leads that breakfast run class. He had a quickest first sector, a 29.0 purple sector, but came out with a 1:22.468, which is still quite a bit quicker than the 1:23 of 6:11. But I think Paul Rulu is pacing himself over this last lap now. Leighton Thomas comes through the start finish. Alexander Flay, we wait for him now. Here he comes, ahead then of William Morris, and we saw earlier on Mario Ferreira come out there, but I don't know if that is indeed the case. Anyway, yeah, they come down now the back straight. Paul Rulu, Francois.
Yeah, Paul Rulu, I see him. Morris came out, he's put his hand up, taking that BMW down into Park for Bay. Paul Rulu now down in Pertamina Fostron corner. Checkered flag's going to be beckoning. They only got one race today. He's made the most of it. So Rulu now on the ZX10RR works his way up to the City of Cape Town Bridge. Checkered flag beckons. Your winner, Paul Rulu, takes line honours. It's going to be Laverne Sabotka up towards the line. Sabotka over the line. Conrad Meyer right up there behind him. They cross the line. It's actually, Piers Canuti, then Conrad Meyer, followed there by Willem Lowe. And then up behind them, it's going to be Shannon Thompson. Shermers crosses the line, followed by Hendricks, Thompson, Anderson. And then it's going to be Monk over the line. So A great ride out there. Lovely to watch him. A good bit of competition there. Some of the riders working their way through the field doing well. Especially Laverne Sabotka was down in 7th at one stage, finds himself in 2nd place.
Here comes Leighton Thomas across the line now on the ZX10. Then rounding it all off, we had a little battle between Alexander Flay and William Morris. Of course, that's the Honda CBR. And then William Morris in number 13 in 14th position on the BMW R1100S, the 1100S BMW. Mario Ferreira did one lap out there just to test the systems a bit, but he came in and pulled into Parc Ferme. Matthew Reynard did not complete this race after only 3 laps on the CBR 600.